does it take to change the world? It takes a long chain of resilient men and women, endowed with various skill sets and divergent mindsets, holistically working together to achieve a common goal. It is a synergetic effect of different art forms combining into one to think, design, and create mind-blowing stories. A systematic workflow and processes from department to another. A set of professional tools and elements designed to create and fine-tune. It takes persistence, consistency, and collaboration to tell compelling stories, to evoke emotions, and to change the world. We have designed a one-stopover center online with all the seasoned creatives from all the realms of the film industry. Together, we can. We are the Film Hackers.
Hello, welcome to the Film Hackers Conversation. Here is a platform that is going to foster conversations on how to make the industry better. Powered by Net Studios Africa, Film Hackers, Incredible Media, and Garage Group. This morning, we are taking the conversations out of the comfort of our studios, our edit suites, our sets, and also using this platform to recruit more people in the industry. My name is Brian Mlondo. I'll be your host. Welcome to the show. I have an expert panel of people here who have, in the past years, gotten so much expertise, won so many awards, and have earned the right to be on this show. Good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
On my extreme left is Andrew Ahura from Quad A. And you see him there, he's not talking, but he talks with the DPs and all that stuff. And welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian.
Alan Kamanzi next to him. Welcome, Alan. One love.
Thank you so much. One love.
Next to Alan is Malaika. I'll not say the other name.
Thank you.
She goes by just Malaika.
It's a name and a title. Thank you.
Oh my God. She goes by Malaika. She's an actor, a radio personality, TV personality. What else do you do here? Model?
MC. Voice of artist. Just Jaganya Center.
We'll have your own show. Lukman Ali, also here with us. He's a film cinematographer, director, graphics, everything. Producer. Everyone here has a huge CV. And Shafiq Serwada here, the CEO of Incredible Media. He also does literature. Welcome. Let me start with you, Shafiq. For the benefit of people who do not know, tell us about Film Hackers and why you started Film Hackers.
So, Film Hackers, just to put a proper context on the word in itself, Film Hackers, it's not just a platform of young people on the computers hacking computers, but we are a platform that creates solutions for the film industry. So the word hack is creating solutions. And the reason as why I started Film Hacker is because when I was joining this industry, there was no any place that I would go to and seek for knowledge or get experience online.
Okay.
So it's from that background that I decided to come up with the Film Hack platform.
Okay.
So what is Film Hackers in the shortest time possible? Film Hackers is an online platform of creatives. This is one place that you can go to if you want to produce a movie, if you want an actor, if you want a voiceover artist, if you want like all the people in the realms of the film industry. They are online. And what we've basically done, we have profiled over 100 top-notch people in the industry with the works they've done, with all their CVs online. So when you go to filmhackers.org, you'll be able to see a catalog of artists in Uganda, the top-notch. So for someone who is out there getting into a business of creative, whether it's music, whether it's film, whether it's writing, you have this one platform that you can go to and find all the people in the industry. Yes, but most importantly, another thing was I got a chance of working on some projects that were coming from outside Uganda. And when people are coming here, they don't have any place they can go to pick the professionals in the industry.
Yeah.
So what we're basically bringing, we're getting your heroes in terms of like actors, actresses, the guys behind the cameras, the guys who you don't see, and give them a face online where you can go and find all these professionals in one place, and it's the first of its kind.
That's great. That's great. You can also share with us actually what you do, and we can check you out, because we also want it. We don't want the platform to be one for Bafere. Yeah. How has COVID treated you guys? You are all quiet, and yet this is not how you are normally. Let me start with Malaika. Malaika,
You are bad.
how has COVID treated you? Have you been working? Have you been doing films? How has that gone for you?
I'm scared to answer because I might be implicated. Because if I say yes, I've been working, the police will be like, where? Were you social distancing? No. So, like you said, COVID has affected all of us differently. And the thing is that people need to get real and understand that we'll never go back to how it was. This is the new normal. We're only going to move forward. And what have we learned out of this? So what I've been able to see a lot is the YouTube phenomenon going crazy and getting bigger.
Right.
I'm being contacted by people, friends of mine who are abroad, who are coming up with other versions of the Netflix kind of thing, platforms for people to put their content, shows, and whatever, that you don't have to wait for the big one. You can just start small, that kind of thing. But obviously, people are also learning that you don't have to always go big to go hard. You can go small and make it happen. So like the different projects that are happening now, they're scaling down and understanding like, okay, who are the main characters I need to get this thing keep going, keep moving, without obviously going against the rules and regulation, the SOPs, the standard operating procedures.
Right.
But yes, I have been working. I've been blessed to still be working. I still want to work more. Hi, Lukman.
Lukman, have you created any content during this time?
Yeah, so surprisingly, I think when it started, I was like, that's it, game over. Now I have to like learn how to like plant stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's what the president said. We all need to start farming.
Yeah.
So I was preparing, and then all of a sudden, like, just things just started happening. It's like people never stopped trying to sell stuff. And I'm into commercials, so I was kind of blessed in that sense that things still happened. People are still selling stuff, fortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to be honest, I didn't think, I was extremely confused. I thought this was it.
Right.
Yeah.
At last, now I have to get a proper skill. I need to get a proper job.
Don't say that. What we do is a proper skill.
Yeah, it's scary
proper
that
job.
when you think about
It's a reality.
Yeah.
We're not consistent.
We aren't.
There's no end of month
essential
paycheck.
workers.
There is. I think the reason that you think that you probably need to get a real job is because some of our jobs are so interesting for us. Like it doesn't even feel like we're working.
That you're working.
So that's why sometimes you're like, maybe I need to get a job where you feel the
There's a
pain.
boss.
you wake up in the morning and
Right.
You have certain goals that you have to achieve.
yes.
Yeah.
For us, me personally, I'm someone who... Those who know me, I write and direct, but I'm not a big fan of writing. I prefer directing.
Yes.
But this COVID period really forced me to sit back in that chair with that laptop and start writing.
Right.
And thank God, like a lot of projects, COVID came at the worst time, like March when we were just starting our projects. Our calendar was already laid out and then everything.
So funny.
So like,
funny how you're saying it came at the worst time, because you have no idea. My movie was coming out on the.
April.
that's
Yes.
I'm not one to speak in that
So
case. I don't have a
no one here
project.
no one here should complain.
Oh yeah. But yeah, thank God, like people started realizing that there's a lot you can do as a creative in this period that is within your agency and capacity.
Yes.
And so that's what I really started doing, writing, hitting up the producers who had told me to write and had said no, because I said no a lot. And so I started saying, guys, you still want that too? I have a brilliant idea,
Nice.
and this character will change the whole concept. Let's go with that. And so people were responding like, oh yeah. Well, people want to watch something after this. So
That's good.
that helps, yeah. But then it's again, you have to now think about how am I eating today? How am I going to feed myself?
Yeah.
Then you have to go to the bank and, yeah.
I feel like the only person who has worked here is Andrew, because he's trained.
Non-stop.
He's always working.
Quad A.
To be honest with you, it's when I think my upbringing, the way I was brought up, I really was brought up to look at challenges as something that is going to help you grow. So when COVID came, I knew, okay, there's a challenge. How do we get out of this challenge? Our industry, as an entertainment industry, has begun to flourish, but flourishing in one direction, in my opinion. The visual side has always been highly acclaimed and highly praised. Oh my God, I shot on a red. Oh my God, I've shot on an ARRI. Very amazing script, very good acting. But people always forget that to make something, to have a consumer enjoy the experience, it's audio and visual.
Yeah.
You cannot enjoy the experience just looking at cartoons moving. You have to add sound effects to those cartoons to give them life. So the challenge became, when COVID hit, the challenge was how do we make people understand that it's audiovisual. So we started out trainings. So what we've been doing mostly is training, equipping people with the knowledge that you can actually have a career in audio and flourish. As a dialogue editor, just editing dialogue, you can have a career.
Yeah.
Just doing Foley. And of course, later on, we will be showing, we also started doing a couple of videos to show people what actually happens in Foley. What is Foley? What is sound effects? What is composing of music? What is mixing in immersive formats? And all these different things. All these things enhance the experience. That's why someone will pay top dollar to go and watch a Marvel
movie
release, because it's the experience. When you're seated in cinema and you have sound moving all over you, and it's the experience. You're not just watching the picture.
Yes.
You have speakers placed all around you. People have 5.1 systems in their homes. There's an
Dolby
extra
effect.
the Dolby effect. So there are all these different things, but people don't know, especially in our country, people don't know about these things. So what we've been doing in COVID is, well, let's show people that there are these other opportunities. It's not only visual, it's audio visual.
Great.
That's basically been
So Andrew has gone into what I'm really going to ask all of you, and for our viewers, we shall be getting into particular sectors, how each of these sectors actually makes money. So he has talked about the Follies, all that stuff. we shall go sector, we shall bias on a particular sector and then dig deeper. But on the general overview, Malaika, you're an actor. Do you also write? Let's start from the actress point of view. How do you make money? And also, when do you refuse a script? No gamba one.
So I've not yet come to the place of refusing. Jokes.
You're still making money.
Jokes. No. So usually a script you can just tell. If you yourself, you can see it, because I'm a very visual person. When when someone talks, I see what they're saying.
Yeah.
So even when I read, it's like when you read, the words come alive. And if it affects you just on a script, imagine when it finally comes. But also you have to consider who are they going to have as a director, who's going to be in the production. You have to consider all of that before you put because the thing can be good and then guys destroy it.
You get some
right?
some Murondo too.
Man.
Murondo destroys it.
No.
Yeah.
But for an actor and actress making money in this time around, I think go commercial. There's many ways. I'm seeing so many people, even myself. You film yourself promoting something, right? put your acting skills to the test. Don't wait for them to come to you. Do it yourself. I do it also just even with images. So I can market clothes, I can market even my hair, so that someone else can be like, come, I have this product.
Right.
Do it for me, because I'm natural in front of a camera. I don't freak out. So that's one way the actors and actresses, I feel, can get to their work out there. Another way is if you monetize your YouTube channels. In Uganda, because what's the word? We have the laws, but we don't put them into effect, the copyright laws. So people always hold on to their work like this. They don't let it go.
Yeah.
But now is the time to now start considering how to monetize this and put it out to the world. I don't know what my guys here have thoughts of that. He's in sound, so he needs people with a specific kind of voice. I'm just saying. This is a money-making voice. Yes, I'm a voiceover artist. I'm just saying. Yeah, so I think also, like you said, think outside the box. Think that, don't only think I'm an actor, I'm an actress. Ask yourself, what else can I do? Like me personally, I know I'm great at producing. I am actually really good. I used to produce a show I did with Brian. Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah. So the thing is, if you also reach out to yourself, like I've reached out to Lukman myself. Like I've told him, listen, if you have a project,
Right.
don't act brand new. We are here. So now just sat next to him, says writing. I'm like, right, thinking of
me.
Thanks.
Yes.
Ahura and I, with Quad A, I already even have stuff that we've talked already. There's some stuff I want us to do. So you see, keep the conversations going. If you keep quiet, you're not going to people's minds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in the weeks to come, we shall also talk about aggressive marketing by actors, and because there are chaps who are always saying, man, and they keep those conversations. Look, man, what advice do you give to someone to make money now, from the point of a producer, director?
I think I just have to add on to what she said. People wait to be called. Like, no one will call you. No one called me anyway. So there's a commercial that I think is a very good example. There's a commercial I made where a guy slices up a fly. The story about that commercial is I reached out to some guy in Nairobi. He's like the head of marketing for BIC. So I gave him an idea that I have this idea, and a guy is like, he's with a sheep, and the sheep represents black hair, and then the guy was thinking, I don't know if this will work. It's a bit too weird. So then I shot it. I shot it on my own money, and I produced it, and everything was finished, and then I sent it to him, and then he liked it. But I spent my own money to make it. And he liked it, it stayed, and then after a while, they paid me back my money for it. Yeah. So
Initiative, I like.
Yeah, so you have to like do stuff. I do a lot of short films, and this is kind of why the new laws kind of bother me a lot, because I do a lot of short films where I put in my own money to make the short film. It's going to go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Now, I don't have enough subscribers to like have a monetized page.
Yes.
So what I do is when I make like a short film and I have actors, they take, like, it's their film as well. They can upload it to their YouTubes.
Yeah.
And if they can bring in a crowd to watch it, whatever comes out of it is theirs.
Yes.
Like, that's how I do it. And in my head I was thinking, this works for everyone.
Yeah.
I make the film, I advertise my skills. You're in the film, you advertise your skills. If you can make some money off it, well and good.
Everyone is winning.
Everyone wins.
Yeah.
Because right now, no one is actually calling anyone. No one is, like, it's not like that yet.
Yes.
It looks like that when you're like on the other side of you think, oh, I see these people in movies, they must be rich. That's not how it is. So I think I think for people to get work, you have to do the work.
Absolutely.
You have to do, even if there's no work.
Yeah.
If I have no project, I give myself one. If I want to make commercials about cars, no car company is going to give me a car commercial when they've never seen a car commercial coming from me. You know that thing that you have to have 10 years of experience to get a job. And how do you get those years? So you find a car, you shoot it, you pretend someone hired you to do it. And then when the other guys see it, they're like, oh yeah, if Mercedes hired him, then we should.
Who are we?
Yeah. Yeah.
Life hack. Film
That's
hack.
film hacker.
Oh my goodness, yes.
And it has worked.
Film hack.
It sounds, every time I tell people that that's how I've done it, sometimes they're like, no way. I've done it like that and it has worked. When I wanted to do some work for Range Rover when I was still working in Oslo, I faked it as if I'm working for other people. Fake it, send it to one of their friends, because if you send it direct to them, then you're being desperate. You send it to this guy, you know he talks to that guy, so that guy will see it. Like you work your way in there, and then they're like, hey, look man, we have this thing, and you're, oh my God, I'm surprised. Yeah, like you knew it
that's
was
a
coming.
film hack, absolutely. That's a
hack.
Now, this is why
Yeah.
this platform is here. So if you forget everything we've talked about today, now you know that one.
Put yourself out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you had to fake a script?
Not so much as fake, but I've had situations where I had to go into the office, or I had someone, like this team is putting together a TV series, is putting together this production, and like he said, you can't go and approach them directly without seeming desperate. So you find out who is attached to it or who knows him, and make sure they're familiar with your work to the highest degree, and then make sure they can be the perfect ambassador for you.
Yeah.
And so when you go in that meeting, he has a high view impression of who you are, and by the time you say what you want, you can sort of call the shots.
Yeah.
And so really find out who is doing it, who they know, talk to who they know, make sure they really know you, and so that in case he reaches out, do you know someone who can help me out? There's this guy, he
Right.
did this. It's
I
immediate.
absolutely
And so,
love it.
Something I forgot. So people that make the decisions, and this is something I also found out quite late. People that make the decisions are usually not the people you think. It's the people they sleep with. And by that I mean their wives or whoever they live with. So if, and I know this because, I mean, you send, like when I'm watching my dad making decisions, he's always like, what do you think? He's asking my mom.
Yeah.
What do you think? What do you think? And sometimes he has made up his mind on something, and then my mom will change it. Because my mom would be like, I don't, you get. So when you're doing things, sometimes you have to make sure that it's not impressing only the sound engineer, who is Andrew. He needs to impress the people that don't know anything about sound, i.e. the people that he's going to ask. Yeah, because for him, he's going to ask, okay, he's going to be like, okay, these three people, like technically, they work. But now I don't know who has the feel, and then they'll be like, what do you think?
That's interesting.
You
Yeah.
know, that actually brings me to this. You remember Mlondo? This boy's movie.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like now I see what
That's
he
how
does.
we
That's
got
how
to
we
know
got us.
Lokman, actually.
Because your preview came out for Girl in the Yellow Jumper. You guys, how many people did I make watch that thing?
Yeah.
I had never met Lukman Ali in my life. I did not know who he was. I became like his
And we started
champion.
looking for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Started looking for him. I made sure I called a friend of mine, told him about you. Now you're working together. You get it, like, it was just because for me it hit me. He didn't reach out, Malaika, please. I have advertised your thing live.
So now he's going to
on
put you in your
radio.
new movie.
Wait, do you know?
Yeah.
Listen.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant. I want to let you guys go, but before we go, I'd like your thoughts on what has been rocking the creative industry in the past few days. These proposed laws from Uganda Communications Commission. We shall have a deeper conversation. But from where you sit, let me start with you, Andrew. What do you think? When you saw it, what came to your mind as a major player in the sector?
Well, I don't want to be arrested, but to be honest, I think it was a bunch of things that were misguided in this era. In 2020, you cannot oppress people's. We have freedom of speech. We have freedom to create. I think a society thrives off its creative industry.
Yeah.
And once you can, you're killing partnerships. You're killing us from being able to market this country. This country should be on the global map. But if we're not able to creatively put out our talent, I will say this. People have been asking, we've reached out to a couple of investors, and they're all saying, why should we invest in Uganda?
Yes.
Why don't we invest in Kenya? It is easier to work.
Not making it up.
Yes.
No.
True, I've seen this.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Why
it's-
don't we invest in Kenya? Because Kenya, their industry is so tight, their government helps them. Why don't we take, you all know Queen of Katwe
Yeah.
was shot in South Africa.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
The laws that were here were not helping Disney in any way. They were just taking Funira Muwa
Yes.
mentality.
Yes.
So if you continue now, if you continue to say taxes are high, you can't even create. People like us, the creatives, say, why should we stay here? Why don't you go to Kenya? Why don't you go to South Africa? Because people out there are saying, you people, you're very creative. You're actually one of the creative, your country is so creative.
Yes.
We want to even hire. I've had friends who have been flying from here to go and act in Nigeria, to go and act in, because of the talent that is here.
That is here.
But you want to kill that talent. Don't kill that. Let people talk. Arrest them if they are saying, if they incite violence or something.
Yeah.
That's wrong. But to say that you're, even an idea that's in the head, I'm just thinking
You've
about
already
this.
taken possession of it.
No,
Yeah.
come on, guys. Let's put Uganda on the map. Let's show investors that we are worth investing in. Because once we can have investors come, put money in this economy, I think even the entertainment industry in this country can be on can increase the GDP.
Absolutely.
I'm-
Shafiq,
Yeah.
your thoughts?
Just to add on, like the investment thing that you talk about, I think the people who are creating these laws are so disconnected from what is happening on the ground. Let me just put it in a proper context. Today, the big percentage of revenue that is facilitating USA income is the entertainment industry. So, for example, our budget annually is 42 trillion. Now, one movie called Avengers Endgame has made $2.7 billion. $2.7 billion. So when you put it in proper context, in UGX, those are like 12 trillions, like Ugandan money. You get. So, one movie. So one movie, you have
One
over
movie is our
12
budget.
trillions. You get. You have over 12 trillion on one movie.
Yes.
Now, if you shot and promoted 4 blockbusters, that is equivalent of our budget combined the whole year. You get. So when you talk about the things, the creative industry here, they see us as gamblers.
As jokers.
Yes, as jokers. Yes, I've sat in boardrooms outside Uganda where I cannot even say how much it costed me to do a TV series, because we're seated with men who are talking
Pocket
billions of dollars that are telling you, like, I can give you that money and create for me this kind of content. Now, when you go back to the thing that you said about investing, we need proper structures to be put in place than putting these laws on us. We're not here to fight you, but we're saying we understand this business. Consult us before you put these laws in place. Why? I'm just going to give you an example. Look at the musicians. I want you to, the people who are watching out there, I want you to go check out a song called See You Again. It has over 4-point-something billion views on YouTube alone. And it has made over $4 million. Just one track. That is equivalent of, it's equivalent of like 12 billion Ugandan shillings. You get. Now, let's bring it back to like the movies themselves, the amount of money they are generating. Guys, I see a lot of money being pumped in agriculture. It is not that everyone is going to be doing agriculture. No, and we're not going to export beans and coffee to compete on the global market. I want you to look at the things that are trending today that are making money. You see Cristiano Ronaldo moving from one team to another and is given 6,000 US euro. That is equivalent of 10 billion Ugandan money. One person. So we need to think of exporting talent. How do we have collaborations that are going to bear fruits? For example, I'm just going to tell you, you've talked about Disney Queen of Katwe. it's because of what happened to Disney Queen of Katwe. We had to bring in French Montana underground so that the government doesn't get to know. We shot the video, we shot everything.
He flew out.
By the time people got to know that French Montana is in the country, he had already gone. Right now, as we speak, the video has over 1,100,000,000. And when it's starting, you see Kampala, Uganda. There is no better marketing than that. So when you call, Brian and I have moved to like different countries to see how other people are doing it. When you call people to bring projects here, they will ask you for the following thing: how can we have a tax rebate from your government so that we can reduce on the taxes that you guys are having? So when you put these laws in place, you're not only chasing away us, you're chasing away the bigger investors that are going to be able to impact or inject money in the industry. Yeah.
The thing about agriculture is this, like, the best example you can have is if you're in a desert and you're thirsty, and someone asks you, do you want to watch a movie or do you want water? Now the obvious thing is you go for water because you need water right now.
Yeah.
Now they give you like 10 bottles. On the next stop, when you still have 8 bottles, they ask you, do you want to watch a movie under the shade? Do you want more water? You will not pick water because you don't need it when you have it. So when a country grows, like I assume we are, I mean, that's what everyone is claiming. If we are growing and we're no longer in that stage of starvation, yeah, people that are doing farming, yeah, thank you very much. We appreciate, we like the food, but we can't all be farmers because it's going to get to a point where
there's too much food.
It's too much. It's too much. We no longer need it.
The food basket.
So people that have eaten now need to watch some movies.
Each one watching. All right, so this conversation is obviously so long, and I'm going to call back people here to talk about this. Because also, while we are busy clamoring for all these things to be put in place, what should we have in place anyway? Do we as an industry understand first what we need? And why is it difficult for regulators to contact stakeholders at the implementation stage? Those are things we'll talk about next week. But we're also live on Film Hackers, Garage Group, and Net Studios Africa.
What does it
Facebook
take to
pages
change
and
the
YouTube
world?
channels. You can go there and catch this conversation live. I would like to leave you guys to give you an opportunity. 30 seconds. Yeah? Because we talked about marketing. Let me start with you, Shafiq. Look in that camera and tell people, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do apart from being CEO of Film Hackers?
I'm actually the founder.
The founder.
No. Okay. I own a film production house that does TV commercials, documentaries, and it's from that production house that Film Hacker was born
Okay.
among other projects that we've worked on. So what we've been doing in COVID-19 situation are things like this, generating content and creating platforms that are going to change people's life.
Nice.
So at Incredible Media, we do production from TV commercials to TV shows to TV series to film. That's what we do for a living. For now, in this kind of situation, we are concentrating on this kind of content so that we can change the world and be able to create solutions for the film industry, just like the Film Hackers.
Nice.
All right.
This is called the elevator pitch.
Thank you.
You've already pitched yourself. You're wearing your movie. This is the man in the yellow jacket.
Yeah.
But for the benefit of the people who are watching us, what do you do?
I'm a 3D animator. I'm a visual effects guy. I make TV commercials. Yeah, pretty much that.
All right.
Yeah.
Malaika.
Mine is a paragraph.
Okay, let's go to...
All right, mine is not that long. I'm a writer, director, producer for film and television. I also do commercials, but I prefer narrative work that has a story and characters. And so, yeah, that's what I do. But under something to talk about, you guys were talking about how we can present ourselves as filmmakers. I want to talk about our work and our work ethic. As filmmakers, we talk so much about ourselves and promote ourselves. We forget about the work and the amount of work we put into creating that work.
Right.
We forget talking about it and forget to pay attention to it. the intricacies of it. And along the way, a lot of us cut corners as we're creating this work,
Yes.
which affects our quality.
Absolutely.
So as we're here talking about how to make money, and we're talking about regulations, we have to think about ourselves.
Yes.
How is Manzi's film going to be like? How is it going to stand out of the rest? The quality, the storytelling. We should really pay attention to those elements, in addition to the regulations, fighting off the predatory regulations that we have, as well as putting ourselves out there for the market. We have to make sure we protect the quality of work we produce.
Right.
Yeah.
Andrew earlier talked about, if we can just sacrifice and say, guys, this is the standard of the work we shall, for example, take to Netflix. Okay, if you don't have it, work on it until you can make it. And when you can make it, we take. Very passionate about that. Quickly feed into that, and also what you do as far as sound is concerned.
Well, I think this is the thing. I applaud every person out there who is a creative and really working at it and trying to make it, because we don't have schools, we don't have institutions in this region that are at that level, but everyone is trying. So I really applaud that. But to be honest, I think we need to partner more. We need to work together. There's no man. You can't do this on an. You can't be the director, the editor, the audio engineer, the actor. You can't do everything together. You can't account. I mean, in all the years that I've been doing this, I have seen that the most effective way to work is through partnerships.
Yeah.
We need to work. Let's stop fighting each other. The day we learn to work together, we shall take this country to another level. So I think partnerships. Well, I'm an audio engineer, managing director, Quad A Records. Quad A Records' vision is to rebrand Africa through sound. We want to change the narrative of sound, of the narrative of Africa. People have always said that Africa is a no-go. I mean, the stories that come out of Africa, this the talent Africa is a third world destination. I mean, you just go there when you want to see baboons but there is so much that we can tell. We're filled with so much stories.
Yeah.
Life started in Africa.
Yeah.
So we want to change that narrative, that negativity, through sound. So through trainings, through equipping the next level of generation of audio engineers, doing quality premium audio.
Awesome.
So and that's the level that we have stayed on, and that's what we believe that we're doing. And in the next years that are coming, we're going to take on more people, and we're showing people that you can actually have a career in sound, and actually make it. It's not a myth. It's actually possible. You can come. We can have different talks. You can visit our website. There are very many opportunities there. Yeah, that's in a nutshell.
Great.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey. Okay, Malaika. Marketing, Efuse marketing. Yay! Okay, Malaika, what do you do?
Money. I've seen a lot of events as him being an MC there.
Yeah,
so
she
many
makes a lot of money.
Yeah. So how do you make that money, and how do you market yourself?
Some money, Dan Money, Simon Money, Auntie Sam Money. We're just saying names, eh? Okay. Sorry. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to attest to the quality that these gentlemen have produced. I have worked with each and every single one of them in one way or the other, and I kid you not. One of the things that Ahura has talked about, I'll call him Quad A. Quad A has talked about that actually caught my attention was when he said the quality of the sound. I went for an event, and the soundtrack of that thing was so good. It broke my heart that I was shocked it was from Uganda.
Yes.
It broke my heart that I was shocked. But when I was told it was a Ugandan, I was like, Chizibu. Chizibu. And he knows that whenever he has, I hear an ad, I'm like, is it you? I'm happy that now my first thought is Quad A, which is a Ugandan, not only African, a Ugandan. So I will say that. But it did break my heart that day when I realized that, I doubted Uganda being capable of doing something like that. And that's what I want to talk about before I tell you what I do, our mentalities. We in the industry. Forget these outside guys. Because you you get it, like you don't take yourself seriously. Why should someone else do? We're always bickering and fighting within our little factions and fractions that we have created within ourselves, that we don't realize that there's a bigger fight. It's nonsense what we are fighting over. It's a distraction, basically. The minute we understand that it is us, that the problem is there. We should not be fighting us. We should be fighting that problem. We will go farther. I kid you not. Many times I've been in rooms or in spaces, and that little thing has taken us farther back than it would take us forward. People not wanting to work with each other just because egos and I've been in this industry longer than you, or you've been in this industry too long. Do you know what I've done? You've just come. What do you know? Then is you've been here too long. You know nothing. And then at the end of the day, it's ridiculous. If you realize that if we stop all of that and we say, hey, you guys, this is why these laws, the guys can open their mouths and do these laws. Because they think they can get away with it. Yes. Because while we are fighting each other, they realize that we can sneak this in. They're not paying attention. So guys, let's just stop that. Clearly, I'm a motivational speaker. Here's our plug. I'm a voiceover artist. My voice, God blessed me with it. I do speak, and because of that, I do work on radio. I am going there right now. I work on 91.3 Capital FM. Fresh hits for Uganda. Hashtag Malaika and Olanya for the Overdrive show. I used to work with Brian Malondo on KFM in the morning. You might know me from there. I have done television for the last 4 years as well. I'm an actress. I'm currently Uganda's best lead actress. You're welcome. At least since 2020 is not counted. Paka 2021.
We shall have a scientific one. We shall have a scientific.
Nothing. I'm reigning for 2 years. And then obviously, I am one of the best MCs, events hosts in East Africa.
Great.
Yes.
There's Malaika. I'd like to end this with Shafiq. Your last word to the people who are watching us, and then we'll wrap this up.
One final message that I have to all the creative out there, whether you're musicians, whether you're a painter, whether you, all sorts of the creatives that you have, don't worry about these laws. At one point, when people start to think of this industry as a business, all this is going to go away. All we need to do is let's create a lot of content and put it out there. Then people will start taking us serious. We all have dreams of going to Netflix. But before you think of Netflix, let's first create content here that is going to convince people that we can do it. Because right now, the people we're creating content for have DSTVs in their house, have Netflix. So before you think of going to Netflix or of creating a project that is going to Netflix, it's going to cost you millions of dollars. But you have a platform that you can put your content out there. Let's use YouTube and throw our content out there. Don't stop creating. And for the people who are creating these laws, we're kindly begging you, guys, this is a business that can employ 70% of the young people that are jobless right now. Trust me, because we've been on sets where you have like more than 200 people. So when we make the industry become professional, more professional the way it is right now, we will be able to create more jobs for young people. So whoever is creating laws, you're not creating them for Shafiq, for Andrew Ahura, for all these guys who are here, but you're also affecting your kid, your sister, your brother out there, because at some point somewhere, they're all linked to this industry. So I call upon all the creatives, guys. This is not the time to fight one another. This is a time of bold measure, where we have to come together as creatives and solve our own problems through film hackers. That's the reason that's why this platform is there.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shafiq. Everyone, thank you so much for coming, taking off your time during this Eid day. We'll be throwing more content on the Facebook pages. Look out for Film Hackers, Net Studios Africa, great space here also. If you're interested in creating some shows, you can come to Net Studios Africa in Chitintale, Garage Group. You can check that out. Yeah, I'm also a motivational speaker, a presenter, a preacher, a pastor. What else? Yeah, but I'm also creative. I produce shows that are already on essential worker.
Also offer treasury services.
You offer treasury
Financial services.
I can keep
I
your
can
money
hold
for
your
you.
money for you.
Yeah. So let's continue the conversation going. #Film Hackers. Next week, we're talking about these laws and what we think should be adopted in Uganda. Until next time, let's keep inspiring endless creativity. Bye-bye.